I took it off my hotspot. The Google's working, so I think I'm just gonna. Oh, it's live!
Oh. Right. So what? The internet's working now?
Yeah, it's working. Okay. We are having some difficulties starting the internet up.
But it works.
But it works, I think. Maybe.
If you guys are seeing this, it works.
Let me see. Yeah, let me turn my hotspot off.
Okay.
Wait, hopefully I wasn't on the hotspot. No, I was. Okay.
Oh, so it's working good then.
Yes. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining tonight. It's Friday night, 9:45. It's kind of late.
Please comment the little thing if the video is working good.
Yeah, let me pop out chat.
Well,
hi guys, we are so excited. We are in our new house, finally. So I wanted to pop on and like kind of say why I was so MIA, because I was really MIA and I didn't want to say anything. Like I didn't want to say where we were moving. I didn't really go into detail at the moment when I said that because we were still like in the whole process, but we officially closed on our house a week and 1 day ago. So last Thursday, what was the date? Like May 25th? May 24th? 24th, May 24th, we closed on our house. And it was really, really exciting. We did not think we were going to be able to buy a house at this time of the year, but it just kind of like worked out that way. And so we bought a house. I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Just worked a lot. Oh, look, I remember.
Oh, hi, Treasure Hustlers. Thank you for coming. Yes, Eddie has not been on any of my videos in so long, and I haven't been on really any videos either.
Just tired.
But yeah, we bought a house. We are so over the moon. I can't believe that it happened. And it's like it's like our perfect house, like the house that we really wanted. It's a really nice house. It just worked out perfectly, and it's 4 houses down from Eddie's dad.
Right on the street from the old man.
Literally 4 houses down from Eddie's dad. Like we can see his house from our driveway.
Hey, this light makes me look like even more.
I know, I look so bad. I look horrible because we don't even, I don't even know where my makeup is. I don't even know where any of my stuff is. If you guys can see, like there's a little bit of a mess back there still. Yeah, the house is a mess. We're doing lots of renovations, but we're living in the house and my office is set up. Like if I showed you guys what's to the right of me, it's a disaster. But my office is set up, so I am working from my office. I just started work
little by little
today. Yeah, it's looking better. It's looking good. We bought a shed. I have sold so much stuff on Offers Up. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I kind of am like loving Offers Up for selling. Like every 5 minutes, Eddie was like, did something else just sell on Offers Up? Like, who's there? And I was like, somebody from Offers Up.
Yeah, but that's like, who's that weird
that weird band?
And they bought a, what was it? They bought a lamp.
A lamp.
No offense if they're like listening to this.
It was like a really weird lamp.
For like 20 bucks.
For 20 bucks, and it came with the house. So like what I started doing, and everybody was laughing at me, but I guess it's like the entrepreneur in me.
And I even look really white.
Yeah, I look always really white, like in this. But what everybody was laughing at me because, like, they were taking apart, like, the house. Like, they were taking apart, like, the appliances, the light fixtures. Like, they were taking apart everything. And I was like, wait, let me take a picture so I could sell it. And, like, things were selling. Like, everything I posted sold. And they were, like, everybody was cracking up because it was, like, drunk. It was, like, they were like, you're not going to sell that. Let's throw that away. And I was like, no, I'm going to sell that. So we sold a lot of stuff like that, which was cool because like we made $1,000 like basically just like off the house stuff.
Yep.
And plus we got another credit from the sellers like for another like $1,000. So that was pretty cool too.
That was good.
So we came in with some money, you know, it was pretty good. But we're redoing the floor in the entire house. The floor in our master bedroom is done.
Too much stuff. The
floor in my office and in the guest bedroom, we are not redoing it because it's good floor. So, and then throughout the house, like you guys can kind of see like the floor there. It's like tile. So we wanted to redo it. So tomorrow they're going to finish that up. And then the kitchen is being installed in a week. We redid the kitchen. And then, what else are we doing? Bathrooms. But that's later on.
Yep.
That's later on. The dogs are at the dog sitters because it's been really hectic. Like, we have not stopped.
Can't wait to get them back.
We had to move because today's the 1st of the month. So we had to, like, move by the 1st of the month. So we finally finished moving like at midnight last night, and then they made Eddie go back and do a bunch of stuff.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, today was not a good day
at all.
Yeah, so it was a disaster. But yeah, so we moved. We are officially in our house that we bought. So I just wanted to like come on here and talk about that. We did film a little bit like the closing day, and then I did do a house tour, which I'll probably put up. It's like, it's kind of cool because like we'll be able to look back at it and see like when the renovations are done, like the difference. Maybe I'll wait to put it up till then.
Is it muggy in here?
I don't think it's muggy.
Okay, this is your office, so
I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. But yeah, so we're really excited. It took us a while to be able, like, we rented for a while, like.
Well, not that long, like 2 years.
We rented for 2 years, which is since when we moved out. It felt like a while. There's nothing, like, we don't have anything against renting or anything. Print and Poise, I adored my reseller box. Thank you so much. I'm going to get into that in a little bit, too, like the reseller boxes and all that. And then he'll get out. Thank you, Judy BT. Thank you, everyone, for the congrats. We're really excited. So we rented for 2 years, and throughout those 2 years, we probably spent, like, we can do the math.
We're going to do some math.
But we spent a lot of money, and what happened was that
I don't know if I want to do this.
We don't get that money back. Like, it went into nothing. Like, it could have literally paid a mortgage.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah, like $50,000 in rent.
$55,200.
Yeah. So, with rent in South Florida is very expensive. Oh, so, wow. That's just kind of like what happened to us.
$55,000.
Yeah. So, we rented for a while, for 2 years, 2.5 years. 2.5 years is what we rented for. And
could have bought a really nice truck.
Yeah, we could have bought a nice car.
Paid it off in 2 years.
Yeah. So what we pay now for our mortgage is like a little tiny bit more than what we were paying with our rent in our house,
it's about $200,
which is crazy. But I will say, being self-employed, so Eddie has his W-2, like, you know, he gets his W-2.
Yeah.
He gets salary, like he has pay stubs, all that. I don't have that. Actually, I do have a W-2, but for some reason, I've had it less than a year, and I've been getting, I get my stuff from PayPal, you know, like everybody else, the 1099, and I've had it for more than 2 years, and I think to qualify for a house, at least in Florida, I don't know if it's like that everywhere else, but to qualify for a house, when you are self-employed, you need to have a 1099 for at least 2 years. So I obviously had that for like 6 years, but I couldn't do it alone. So I couldn't buy the house alone because my income wasn't enough. The house that we wanted, we couldn't buy it. And then we needed both of our incomes. So Eddie couldn't buy it by himself because then the income is a problem. Mm-hmm. So we needed both of our incomes to work out.
Thank God it did.
Thank God it did. Our credits,
could use a little help still.
Yeah, like Eddie's credit, more, you could talk about it.
It's almost perfect.
It's almost perfect.
No.
Yeah. You can talk about that if you want. Just to give people something to
Whenever you go and you are really excited about buying something, and you're like, oh my God, I need this. Don't do it.
He bought a motorcycle when he was like 20.
I bought a motorcycle when I was 23.
23, sorry.
Don't even lie to them.
23. I was trying to make it better, but yeah, I was 23.
That's stupid of me. So I was like 23. I had a Chevy Avalanche. The transmission broke on it, and my dad screwed me with my insurance, kind of. And I don't know if my stepsisters were going to watch it. Or whatever.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just that the insurance, like, something happened with the insurance, and he didn't tell you. I
got into a car accident.
Yeah.
And his insurance went up, so he thought it would be a good idea to take him out of his insurance.
And he probably forgot to tell you.
Well, technically, I'm still driving without insurance.
Yeah, but the car's
but it's a company vehicle. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
So what do you want to call this? So yeah, so it looks like I haven't driven technically in since I was like
16,
22. Nah, like 22. So I decided to buy a motorcycle because you don't have to have insurance on a motorcycle. So it's only $315 a month.
Amanda, that's funny. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I bet, what is it?
She says, I bet you guys will be so excited. No more neighbors stopping in front of your windows.
Oh my God, I can't wait for the dogs not to bark.
Yeah, they're not going to bark anymore, you guys. It's really exciting stuff coming to my videos.
Once a day.
Really innovative. And they can't even see when the mailman comes because there's no low windows. It's all high windows. The mailbox is off to the side. Yeah. So anyway, just cutting to the chase.
Cutting to the chase. Don't make dumb decisions.
It was just a dumb decision. Then it would make you mad to pay it, so you wouldn't pay it. Well, then I found out he wasn't paying it, and I was like, "What is happening?"
So I paid $300.
Then it was too late.
$15 a month, still to this day.
Yeah, for nothing.
And I haven't ridden the motorcycle
in 2 years.
No, babe.
Oh yeah,
together
right.
for like 4 years.
Yeah, so like 4.
So about 4 years. Yeah. And it's brand. Hey, if anybody.
It's brand new. If anybody wants
a motorcycle,
a Kawasaki.
Yeah, never mind what I just said. It was amazing to purchase it. I highly recommend it. Just buy it. Yeah, no, it was a horrible decision. So anyway, cutting to the chase, that ruined. It didn't ruin. Maybe somebody wants to buy it. It's a Kawasaki.
No, nobody's allowed to buy it. It's dangerous.
Wait, Kawasaki.
We're throwing it away.
And I only have like 1,400 miles on it. It's brand new.
It's horrible.
2013. It has warranty for like 2 more years. If anybody wants to buy
nobody's gonna buy it.
Please.
Okay, so it was a really bad decision, and when I found out what he was doing, I think your dad told me what you were doing, and I was like, "What?" So I totally got like a I got a hold of it, a hold of what was happening, and so I started paying it on time. Making sure he paid it on time, but still, our money's together. So yeah, I guess I remind you, I put an alarm on my phone. Like that's how intense I am. Like I put an alarm 3 days before, then 2 days before, because for some reason he can't set up automatic payments. I don't even know. It's a really,
if any of you guys want to buy
weird. No one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna buy it ever. Okay. It's not for sale.
It's for sale.
It's a bad thing.
It's for sale. It's for sale.
Okay. Anyway,
Garage Cat, by the way.
Okay, so anyway, so it was a bad decision.
Oh, perfect. Nicole Walter. My husband thinking
Wisconsin.
For Wisconsin.
You would have to drive it back to Wisconsin.
Free delivery.
No.
At this point?
We know people that go like all the way like cross country in a motorcycle. Vicky and her husband have done that. Remember they went to like somewhere far. I don't know.
Honey, cross country would be like California.
Yeah, they went really far. Okay, so anyway, so it was a bad decision. So then his credit was kind of messed up. My credit was like good, but it wasn't like it was good. Like my credit is good. It's like right under.
It's like 400.
No, it's not. It's like right under 700, so it's okay.
No,
but
no, I don't think you were under 700.
I think I was at a 700.
You were at 7 something.
Now I'm not because I've opened credits for everything. But it was pretty good. But my problem was I couldn't do it alone because of the income. So we needed Eddie's income to join me, you know, like to join both of us. So we didn't think we were going to get approved. So when we went to go look at the house, which actually the realtor we used is actually a subscriber, strangely enough. Like she knew who I was when she met me. It was so cool. So she's a subscriber. Shout out to Nicole with Patty De Silva. They're amazing. If you're in South Florida, use them. They were amazing.
Yeah.
So we went to go look at a house, and I was like, I don't think we're going to get approved. And we didn't even like the house. But we told her about this house that we saw.
Oh, she
followed up, and because there was already a contract on this, and she followed up, the contract fell through, and then we ended up getting the house. So it was all by fate.
Very impressed with her. Sure.
She was amazing. Nicole with Patty De Silva. She was absolutely amazing. And
it's not Patty De Silva, it's Green
Realty.
Green Realty.
Yeah, Green Realty. They do a lot of South Florida, but
so Patty De Silva, but
yeah.
Green Realty.
So we ended up, you know, it all happened really fast. So I didn't think we were gonna get approved because of our situations and then my income, and then plus when you're self-employed, it's a little difficult. I'll get into everything they asked me for in a second, but then we worked with the most amazing mortgage broker, Ann Delgado. She's with PM something, PMG.
Prestige Mortgage Group.
Prestige Mortgage Group, PMG Mortgage or something like that. She was incredible, you guys. She got us pre-approved within an hour. She got us a desk underwrite within 48 hours. So it just all worked out. I didn't think it was going to work out.
Prestige Mortgage
Providers or something like that. But Ann Delgado, she's amazing. I have not taken my realtor test, and I think, honestly, I believe a lot in like signs and stuff, and I think it was meant to be, because if I would have done it myself, there were a lot of moving parts.
Wait a minute. Paramount Residential.
Oh, Paramount Residential Mortgage is what it is.
We're like advertising somebody else's thing.
I don't know, but if anybody's in South Florida and looking for like people to work with like this, then reach out to me, because they were amazing, and definitely I can put you in
Paramount
contact.
Residential Mortgage.
Yeah, they were amazing. But anyway, babe, you keep interrupting me, and then So I think it was meant to be that I didn't take my realtor test, because then we probably wouldn't have gotten the house. Because there were a lot of moving parts in this deal. It moved really fast. Plus, we had the mortgage. We closed in 24 days. So it was a really fast closing, and it moved very fast. So I'm going to tell you guys like what was required of me being self-employed, since I know a lot of people here are self-employed, and maybe you guys are looking to buy a house, so maybe it will be helpful.
First,
for Eddie, all they asked for was his Social Security and his W-2 and his pay stub.
And they called twice to make sure I was really
employed. They called twice that you were really employed. That's all they did for him.
The recommendation I have, because Stephanie will go on, but I think it's the most important, pay yourself a salary. Yeah, but now I'm going to get into that, because I found out that even if you pay yourself a salary and you are employed by yourself, they don't like that. They don't take that. Like, they have to still ask for everything else, because I have my pay stub. Would you recommend using a company like maybe ADP? I have ADP. Brian, hello. So I have ADP, and I pay myself a salary. I actually just got paid today, because it's the first of the month. So I got paid today. And they wouldn't take that, because they were like, oh, you can adjust your salary and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? That doesn't even make sense. So maybe if I had it longer, but I've only had it like that for like a year or so. So anyway, so what they asked me for, I actually have the list of what they asked me for. Let me see if I can pull it up. No, I don't know where it is. Cost and loss. Okay, so basically what they asked me for was, because I file an extension on top of that, I file an extension, so I could only provide 2016 and 2015, really, because 2017 I filed an extension. So hopefully nobody here watching is from the IRS. Why? You can file an extension. Why would you say that? That gives misinformation. But so I filed an extension, and I had obviously my proof of extension or whatever, but I didn't have, you know, like I didn't have what I made. Like I didn't have any of the numbers. I did have the numbers in my QuickBooks, but I didn't have that. Yeah, well, I'm going to get into that. Nice. Now I keep losing my train of thought, and I'm really easy. I'm going to sleep. I'm just really tired. Why? Just stay here with me. I don't want to. I'm so tired. Okay, go to sleep. I've been working since Saturday. Yeah, he's been working, and tomorrow he's going to work more. I started Saturday, and I worked till like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was pretty much 1 o'clock in the morning, and I would go to sleep. Yeah. Something in the morning. And I would start work at 7 o'clock. Okay, we'll go take a shower. Okay, I love you. I'll see you in a minute. Love you. All right, guys. Thank you. And good night. We're both really excited. Eddie's really excited. He's just really tired. And today was a really long day. I'll be back with more excitement. Yeah. Okay. All right. Love you. I'll see you in a few. My birthday is June 23rd, by the way. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay, you're really tired. Happy birthday. It is your birthday month. It's June 1st with all the excitement. Okay. All right, babe. Love you. I'll see you in a sec. I'll see you in a sec. Close the door. That's embarrassing. Gifts are accepted. Oh my God. Close the door on your way out. Pardon me. Ow. Oh my God. Hey. I have no shoes on. Oh my God, get out of the frame. At least I have pants on. Okay. Oh my God, stop. Love you. All right, guys, sorry. So like I was saying, oh my God, what's wrong with this chair? Okay, sorry. Like I was saying, so they asked for a lot of stuff being self-employed. And I think it has to do with the mortgage crisis that happened
when it happened. The mortgage crisis was when a bunch of people were getting mortgages that really shouldn't have been getting mortgages. I think it was like in 2008 or something, but anyway. So they asked me for the 2015-2016 tax return. Then they asked me for my 2017, like the numbers or whatever, like the QuickBooks, like the profit and loss, the balance sheet. And then they also asked me for the year to date for 2018. So they needed to verify all that. Then I had to provide them with my bank account stuff, like showing that the money that we needed for closing costs, like all the money. So they give you like a number, a very high number. And with that high number, you need to have that in the bank to be able to, you know, get the house that you need. So we had that in the bank, and luckily we had it sitting there for long enough. So that was no problems at all. I didn't have to show any transfers or anything like that. So I had that. So that was easy. Then they also needed, since I'm on a payment plan with the IRS, they also needed a copy of my payment plan with the IRS, which that was a mission, because what they sent me back in the mail, it wasn't like an actual agreement. It was just saying that I had a payment plan, but they needed the actual number. So one day before we closed, it was like a week before we closed, the condition, because then the mortgage comes back with conditions. And the condition came back, one of the conditions was that I needed to show how much I was paying monthly to the IRS to make sure that the numbers, we knew already that the numbers were okay, but they needed to see it in underwriting. I was on the phone with them for 2 days, pretty much like all day, because I would get a different agent. Then I was on hold and they wouldn't send me the right thing. And then finally, we got it the day before we needed it in order to be able to close by the time we needed, so that there was enough time. That was hectic. So they needed all that. Then they needed all the bank accounts to make sure, like, you know, no large purchases were made, nothing crazy was done. I did have, then they weren't sure when they saw my 1099, they weren't sure. The underwriter came back and was like, do you work for PayPal? Like, what is, and I was like, no, I get paid from PayPal. Then I was trying to explain to them that, no, I do not work for PayPal. I have my own company, and that's just where the money comes from. So that was something else. It was just so much, you guys. It was so much, but finally we reached the end of the tunnel and we were able to close. I was very fast, because it's really unheard of to do a 24-day closing. I do know some people that have done 20-day closings. I watch Fixer Upper, and they do like 7-day closings. So yes, it is possible to do closings super fast, but you really have to be organized and like send them everything that they ask for when they ask you for that. And I did that. If they would ask me for something, I would send it within a few minutes. So that's just how I was to get the process expedited. And it worked out because we were able, yeah. Oh. Let me get the towels for you. I don't know how to explain it.
Where are they?
They're there in like a bag in the corner. See, I don't know how to explain it.
What corner?
We're living out of boxes and bags and trash bags. In the kitchen. That's why. Let me just go get it. Come here. Oh. You'll find it. It's in a white garbage bag. Got them. So it was just a lot of work, but it was so well worth it. I cannot believe that we were able to get our house, and it's I don't want to say dream house, because, you know, you're always dreaming more, but it is definitely our dream house. I mean, it's so pretty, it's so big, it's our dream neighborhood, and it just worked out. And we weren't even looking for a house, and it just worked out like that. So I feel so blessed to be able to have, like, to be able to live in the house that I live in. And I feel so like, wow, I can't believe this happened. Because like 2.5 years ago when we moved out, like, things were really rough financially. Eddie didn't have as good of a job as he has now. Thank God he, you know, got a job that he's doing so good at. And we did not have like the life that we have now. Like, things were rough. We had moved out, and I don't think we really could afford it at the time. My business was not doing well because Does the new house come with a nursery? Yes, it does. Wait till you guys see the nursery room. So cute. But anyway, like 2.5 years ago, we just were in such a bad financial place. I never saw this day. Like, I had tapped into our savings because I did a really bad business decision, and I had wasted like almost $50,000 on a horrible business decision that didn't go as I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be the best thing in the world. We had wasted $50,000 on that. Then I had we moved into our first apartment because we really wanted to live together and just like have life. And my parents were not supportive of that decision because my parents are old school, and I totally respect their decision in that sense. But, you know, they weren't happy that we had moved out without being married or engaged or anything like that. So not that obviously if I needed something, my parents would have helped me. But it wasn't a situation that we could have been like, hey, we need $1,000 for rent. Like, that was not going to happen. And it wasn't going to happen because, you know, Eddie wasn't going to allow that to happen. And I don't know what would have happened. Like, my parents probably were like, you need to move back if you need money for rent kind of thing. So I felt almost like, I felt just like nervous because like there were times that we did not have the money for rent. Like, I don't know how we would manage to get the money for rent, but we would. And things were rough. Like, I remember one time Eddie was going on a business trip, and he did not have like the money for the other stuff that he would need. Like, it wasn't a business trip. He was just driving to Tampa. It was like the simplest thing. And we had to like go turn coins that we found in the house into like cash so we could have money for like food and snacks and stuff like that. So things were really rough. When we would do groceries, like we wouldn't buy any personal stuff. When we would do groceries, we would only buy like the bare minimum, like very bare minimum, what we needed exactly. So things were rough, and I don't want to say it was as rough as it could have been because we still did not the old apartment. We had an apartment before that. So it wasn't like as nice as that one, but it was okay. I mean, it was a good apartment. But we wouldn't have had, because like I said, like my parents were not having it when I moved out. They were just like so like really mad, honestly, that we had made that decision to move out before marriage, and which I'm so happy that we did. But at the time, like they were just not having it. Eddie doesn't have any financial help. Actually, for Eddie, this is a really big deal. Like his family had gas stations and they lost everything not that long ago, like everything they lost. And it was bad. I mean, I'll let Eddie say that story because that's like Eddie's story. I wish he was still here so he could say it, but he had like very, very difficult stuff happen to him. And so for him, I know it's like, this is just such a big deal for him. It's just such a big deal for him. I know it is because he lost everything. Like I said, he ended up buying the bike because he needed a new truck and he couldn't afford a car and he needed a way to get to work. So, I mean, it was like food stamps bad kind of thing. So not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to paint a picture of how bad it was for him like 7 years ago or 6 years ago. And now we're here, like we bought a house, like, you know, like, so there is hope. Like, and he'll say his story one day because his is really tough. It's really sad. It's very sad, like what happened to him when he was when he was like 20, 21. It was very hard for him. His grandfather, unfortunately, had passed away. The gas stations, you know, they lost the businesses, and it was just really very hard. So I know for him, this was so emotional and so big for him to be able to do something like this. He would tell me, like, I never thought, you know, I would have a house like this. Like, how did this happen? So I just want to paint this picture. So because I know it's really inspiring, because when I was in those situations, I would try to get inspired and I'd be like, this is never going to happen. Like, I think back to 2.5 years ago and I'm like, I was thinking to myself, like, we're never going to be able to buy a house. Like, we're always going to be stuck in this position. Like, things are never going to get better. But they did get better, and we were able to, thank God, buy the house that we wanted for so long. And it's a beautiful house, and I just feel so lucky because I know how hard buying a home is, and I know that not everybody gets to do that. And I think that if you really try to be able to get to buy a house, you will be able to buy a house. It takes a lot, but it's possible. I mean, it is possible to build it from nothing, because 2.5 years ago, we had no money, you guys. We had no money in the savings. Like, we were paycheck to paycheck. Like, rent is due, pay rent. You know, we need to do groceries, pay the groceries. We need to pay the car payment, pay the car payment. We need to put gas. There was no money for extra things. There was no, let's go on this trip, or let's go on this trip, or let's go here, let's go there, or let's go to dinner here or there. Like, no, we did not have any of that. It was bare minimum. Like, okay, this is the exact budget to get by. We cannot spend $1 more than this, or we will be in serious trouble. So to get from there to be, and I'm not showing off, you guys, I'm really not, because I wouldn't be saying all the stuff I'm saying before if I was trying to. But to get there, to be able to buy our house and be able to do all the renovations we need to do, and be able to do the floor and the kitchen and the bathrooms. I mean, I never would have thought we would have been here. I never would have thought that we would be here. And it's awesome to be here. And now I know for the future, you know, we obviously have to have our savings. That's so important. And we do still have a savings on top of everything we're doing. So that is by far most important, to have a savings. God forbid anything happens, to at least be covered for a few months. So that's important. Did you guys have a monthly budget plan? If so, could you share some tips and ideas? Yeah, I could definitely make a video about that, because I feel like that is a whole video. But yeah, we had a strong budget. It was a very strong budget. It was like no room for like diverging, like, you want avocados this week, then you cannot get strawberries this week kind of budget. So that was the budget that we were on then. So but it gets better. It always gets better. And that's what I always tell myself. Like, I always tell myself, like, it's going to get better. Like, when I'm in a bad mood, or when something is not going my way, I'm like, it's going to get better. It always will get better. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I knew I wanted Eddie here for something, and then I forgot. But yeah, I wanted him to share a story, but he could share a story another day. Amanda, thanks for sharing your struggles. It's always inspiring to hear stories from people that struggle, and then a few years later, they come out on top. Yes, it is. It's really exciting, and it's a great feeling. Money evolution, congratulations. Thank you. Emily, so happy for you. My ex left me with over $1 million in debt. Oh my God. Fought and bought a house myself as a single mom 2 years ago. Yes, I ate lots of ramen noodles. That is amazing. Wow, what a jerk. Wow, that's horrible. But yeah, so everybody has struggles, and everybody will get through them, no matter how long it takes or whatever it may be. But yeah, we just feel really excited. So my business is going to be changing a lot, and that's also what I wanted to talk about in this video. My business structures are going to be changing because, one, if you guys can tell, this office space that I now have is significantly smaller than the one that I had in my apartment. Like, when you look left, it's just like a window and like really no space. So this office is significantly smaller than the office I had, and it's a 3-bedroom house. So we have our master bedroom, this room, and then we have another spare bedroom, which I don't want to move my stuff into because we're planning on having a baby. So we don't want to touch really that bedroom. So it's a 3-bedroom. You know, so it's a normal size house. I mean, you guys will see it in the video when I show it, but it's a normal size house, and I don't have the type of room that I had before in terms of like photographing and in terms of the garage. We have a garage, but it's not as big as the garage that we had in our apartment complex. This is a 1-car garage. It's not a 2-car garage. So that has really like kind of stunk, because I went from having all this space to have all my inventory to now kind of being confined in this in this office, really, because we have all of our other stuff in the garage, like moving stuff and Eddie's tools. And so we had to like condense everything from our large garage that was already kind of tight into a single garage. And now we have stuff in the dining area, which I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow when we're doing the floor. Eddie's dad is doing the floor with Eddie. So that's saving us a ton of money. So in that sense, like my business has changed a lot because I'm not going to have the type of room that I had before that I was accustomed to. And I don't want to get an office because I don't think offices are a waste of money, but I think for what I use it for would be a waste of money. I'm not a type of person that I've had 3 different offices in the past, you guys, like 3. I had my first one, my second one, and then my third one. And I hated being at the office. I'm just not like an office kind of person. Like I like being at home. I like working from the couch. I like being able to go to my room. I like being able to go to my kitchen. Like I just don't like working at an office. And I know that people would be like, oh, put your big girl pants on. You got to work from an office. I understand that. But at the same time, I've worked really hard to be in the position that I'm in to not have to work in an office. So I don't want to work in an office, especially if I have kids, like, or a kid. Like, what am I going to do? Like, oh, I'm going to the office. No, like I want to work from home. That's what I want to do. But I still really do like thrifting, and I like thrifting, and I liked having that extra income from eBay. So I like both of those things. I know I like both of those things. Those are really fun, but I just don't. Oh, and my cousin is no longer working with me. So lots of factors there. I have my designer handbag business. Then I have Love Always, my customized jewelry business. Then I had my eBay, which was bringing me really good money. So a few weeks ago, I decided to do the reseller boxes, and I did have a really good response. Obviously, I had responses from some people that didn't like what was in their box. It's a surprise box. I picked the stuff based on what I like. Like, that's how I base the boxes, like on what I like and what I sell. Like, that's just how I pick the boxes. So there were some, there were a few people, just a few. So I sold probably like 100 boxes, which was pretty much all my inventory. If you guys see my inventory now, it's insane how much it's gone down. But I pretty much sold all my inventory. I look awesome with short hair. Would I really? Sean just said that? I don't think so. I love my long hair. No, I look bad. I wouldn't be able to judge that with the way I look. Really bad. I haven't been sleeping. I've been doing things but anyway, so I decided that, the response for the good boxes was a lot better. Like, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. And it was nothing compared to the few people. I think it was like three people or 4 people that didn't like their boxes out of the 100 I sold. And with those people, I either issued a refund if they didn't like it, if it was, damaged or something, or I sent them other pieces, like in place of them. So I made sure I did that. And, it had a really good response. Like, people were emailing me, like telling me like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I never find these brands. I can't find these brands unless thank you. So I really like that because I like the thrifting part. I just don't like not that I don't like it, because I don't mind it. I don't mind sitting on the couch and listing on eBay. Like, that is like a dream day for me, is like sitting on the couch and listing on eBay. Goals while I'm watching a show. That is like goals. I wish I could do that every day, but now I just don't have the space for it. So I still do want to do the reseller boxes. I still am going to do the reseller boxes. It's just that since I am very picky with the inventory that I pick up, naturally, I'm not going to have that much like quantity, because it's hard to have so much quantity and you're sourcing like at a certain level and then be able to have all these boxes. So I would say I would probably only be able to get like 5 to 10 out a week max, because it all depends on the inventory I get. So, and also another thing I really love doing, I love doing hauls. I love thrift hauls. I love any sort of hauls. I love watching hauls, but I love doing the thrift hauls. That's one of my favorite things to film. So I still want to film the thrift hauls because I do find really good brands that aren't selling for really good on eBay. So I like all that. I don't have the ability right now to do that. And I know when I become pregnant, I'm not going to be able to have the ability to do that. And you know, when I do have a baby, because we are actively very, very trying, not like in a, you know, not like in a gross way or something, but like, you know, I've talked about my struggles with that, and we are seeking fertility help. So we are actively trying, and we're praying that it's any month now. So that's going to change that aspect of things. So I am still going to be doing the reseller boxes and my haul videos, because I'm still going to be doing all that. I'm just not going to be doing what sold on eBay. That's pretty much the only thing I'm not going to be doing. And I did have, and I even have people like that are still emailing me like, can you please put me on a wait list when more boxes come out? Like, you know, I really want a box, like a reseller box. Now, I do want to like preface that these boxes, while I'm so thankful for everybody's support, I don't think, like, I don't want people to spend money that they don't need to spend. And if you live in an area that you constantly are finding the brands that I show in my thrift hauls, if you're constantly finding them like I am, then these reseller boxes probably more than likely are not for you, because you always find these brands and it's just not going to benefit you that much, because it's not going to benefit you that much. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't come across these brands often and wants to have these in your Posh store and on your eBay store, then these boxes are absolutely 100% for you. It all depends, because if you're somebody that's always finding all the brands that I show, why would you buy the box? You know what I mean? So everybody should keep that in mind too. I think most of the people, honestly, that did buy the boxes were people that just don't have the access to the brands that I show and that I talk about and that I thrift. Emily, I loved my boxes. That is awesome. Thank you. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I want that and I want them to, you know, help the people that don't have access to the brands that I have. So I still am going to continue doing the boxes. It's just going to be more limited. The quantity that I release is going to be limited compared to what I had before, because before I was moving all the inventory that I had in my garage. So I had a lot of inventory, since not really a lot, but I had like 500 pieces or 600 pieces. Now I think I'm down to like 100. No, probably not even 100. Probably like 60 pieces, 70 pieces most. So, Primped and Poised, my box was so wonderful, such a treat. Thank you. So, you know, I really want to do these boxes. I had a lot of fun doing them. It was fantastic. And it was great. I liked packaging them. I liked hearing the feedback, even the negative feedback. It's good. This was the first, like, people were being, I'm not saying people were, but one person in particular was really hard on me. And I was like, girl, I just started doing these. I have not been in business doing this for years. Like, you know, I tried my best, and if something was wrong, I'll send new pieces or I'll refund. Like, I'm trying my best, you know? So, you know, this was the first time I ever did this. So I will definitely, now I know what to look out for when I'm doing the pieces and what to source for and what, so it was really a learning experience, but now I feel like I have it down really good. And I will probably be releasing some this week coming, but I am going to start getting into the swing of things now, going back to the thrift store, doing my thrift hauls, doing things like that. I do have a business idea that I want to share with everybody, because this is something that every single person that watches my videos and goes to thrift stores can do. And I want to talk about it. So I want everybody to do it, because there's no competition in this, really. There's no competition. So I'm going to talk about it in my next, I'm going to do a video like just dedicated to that kind of thing. But it was, and it's probably something that like people do already and like it's stupid, but I want to talk about it and I want to say my ideas on it. So, you know, I still am going to be making my videos. They may be a little more different. I am going to be doing a lot more of my Instagram selling videos, because that's what I do, you guys. Like, I sell on Instagram. And if you're not selling on Instagram, then you are missing out. So I want to do more videos of like what I'm catering to. Like right now in my life, eBay is just not going to work out. And I love eBay. I love the company, but it's just not working out for me right now in my life where I am. I may try Poshmark, because that's not as intensive as having to like maintain the listings and do all that. But I'm not going to be doing eBay for now just because I can't, you know, you can't do it all. So that's the decision I've made. And when you analyze everything, then you can come to a decision, and that's the decision I've made. So I will continue doing the reseller boxes, but my video content will change just a little bit. Not drastically, but it will change a little bit, and that's perfectly fine because as people change, so videos will change. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I also kind of want to do like a podcast, but not like on a podcast thing, like a podcast on YouTube, but like a weekly video, just like talking about business stuff, like very fun, like very lighthearted, like something like that. So I've been thinking about that. I'll see if I do that. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, you guys. That's just where I'm at. I feel really lucky to have the help that we have, like moving wise and working on the house that we've been working on. I'm like really blessed to have an amazing family. You know, my parents have come together and Eddie's parents have come together, and like everybody was just working really hard this week to get us moved and to get us, you know, to get us like here, not settled, because we're nowhere near settled. We're sleeping not on the floor because we're sleeping on our mattress, but the mattress is on the floor. So we're kind of sleeping on the floor. And then today, guess what happened? I was walking to the bathroom, and when I got to the bathroom, there was a lizard in the bathroom. So I did the most logical thing, and I closed the door until Eddie got home. And then when Eddie opened the door, the lizard was gone. So I guess it like slipped through the bottom or something. I don't really know where the lizard is, but it's low-key freaking me out and giving me anxiety having to sleep in my room where the bathroom is. Like, what if the lizard escaped? And then all I keep thinking about is like the Parent Trap, when like the lizard comes down the lady's face and goes into her mouth. Traumatizing. So that's like a daily fear of mine. Like when I walk out and I park under a tree, I'm like, is the lizard gonna follow me? So yeah, that's kind of, you know, everybody was working really hard, and my dad and my father-in-law, like they're so handy, my dad and father-in-law and Eddie, but definitely my dad and father-in-law are like so handy that they're doing all the work themselves. The only thing we are not doing, by we I mean not me, definitely not me. The most that I did was paint some crown molding and some, you know, stuff in the bedroom. That's pretty much the extent of what I can do. So it just is what it is, you guys. But yesterday, I'm literally not kidding, me and my mom were like, hashtag we don't need no man. We got this move. Like you should have seen us yesterday, you guys. We were moving big boxes, TVs. Like we were like, yes, yes. Like we were definitely like hyping each other up. We were like, yes, girl. So yeah, so I feel really lucky because the only thing that we are not doing ourselves is the kitchen installation, because my dad, he's really, really good at putting up cabinets. He just did like this incredible wall unit in my parents' room. It's absolutely incredible. It looks amazing. Like it looks like I don't even know. It looks like I don't know what it looks like, but the cabinetry he did is amazing. But he's like, there's some mistakes and stuff. He's like, I'm like, it looks perfect. He's like, no, it's not perfect. I'm like, looks perfect to me. But he's like, the kitchen is like the main thing people look at. Like, if something's wrong with the kitchen, it's going to be a problem. And then plus we're paying all this money for cabinets that he's like, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, can you please do it? You're going to save us a lot of money. He's like, no, I'm not doing it. So the only thing we are not doing is the kitchen installation. That's it. Eddie and his dad are doing the floor. My dad is going to do the electricity, like for the kitchen. What else? All three of them are going to do the bathrooms, the 2 bathrooms. And that will be it. That will be it. And then we can work on the outside, which the backyard, you guys, is popping. Backyard's popping. So yeah, that's awesome because it's saving us money. Like the floor is saving us like $2 grand doing it ourselves. We did a vinyl floor, which is what we had in our apartment. And the vinyl floor is so pretty. It was really cheap from Home Depot. I think it was like $180 a square foot. And the installation was going to be like $2 a square foot. That would have been $380 a square foot times 2,000 square feet. It's like, that's a lot of money. So we cut out the installation cost. So that was amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I will be back definitely this week. I'm going to have more videos coming out, getting back to normal because things just have not been normal for me. For a week, I've been moving or doing stuff in the house. Then the week before that, I was working on all the closing stuff and trying to get as much money as I could, selling bags and doing everything that I do. So things were just hectic. But now getting back into normal, living in our house, not very comfortably, because if you guys could see actually, let me see, I probably can show you guys like the outside. Let me see. Okay, let's see here. Oh, the light's off. Never mind. And the thing doesn't reach. Okay, never mind. I'll show it in another video. But it's a mess, you guys. It is a complete, utter mess. There's dust everywhere. That's why I can't even have the dogs here, because there's dust everywhere. There's tools everywhere. It's a mess. It's a real mess. It gives me makes me nervous. But I did clean my office today. So the office is clean, good to go. I can work out of it. And you know, like when people unpack your stuff and they're trying to or when they pack your stuff and they're trying to be really helpful, and I'm so grateful, but I don't know where any of my stuff is. I don't even know where tape is. I don't know where soap is. I don't even know where socks are. I don't know where anything is. So basically we're living out of a trash bag that I packed, that we almost threw away actually, which would have been really unfortunate because that's all our favorite clothes. We're living out of a trash bag that we put our clean clothes into that was in the laundry. That's what we're living out of. That's all we have right now. So I'm going to be re-wearing the same stuff. Tomorrow, thank the Lord, the washer and the dryer are getting here, which is great because I can wash our favorite clothes and we can re-wear it again this week. So yeah, things are starting to get to where they need to be. Our kitchen, that's it really sucks not having a kitchen. Our kitchen won't be here for the cabinets will be here Friday, 1 week from now, and then they pick it up Saturday. And then on Monday and Tuesday, they're installing it. And then the appliances get here, I think, the Thursday after that. So yeah, that's where we're at. And then the furniture gets here, I think, next week too. Not this week coming up, the following week. So yeah. That's it, guys. That's all I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support on the reseller boxes and for your kind words about buying a house. I hope that our what we went through can definitely help and provide a shining tunnel for other people that are trying to buy a house and people that are struggling to know that it definitely gets better. And sometimes it's really bad and sometimes it's really good, but that's just life, right? So thanks, guys, for watching and spending your Friday night with me. I will see you guys this week and more videos to come. Thanks, guys. Bye.